Looking at God's heart through the Bible, Genesis chapter 2, the first verse. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work, which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work, which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. I am sure on the seventh day, it doesn't mean that he was completely off from his creation. No, he blessed the seventh day and sanctified it. It is not merely the day, but all the creation that he created. He sanctified it. And I hope on the seventh day, God would have had a real fellowship and communion with man, the male and the female. It was not simply resting and sleeping or taking something of rest, like as though he was very tired in creating the things in 6 days. No, it was a holy day. And when we consider the rest of the Bible, the Sabbath day, the seventh day, was meant for man to worship God and to have fellowship with him in an intimate way and in a special way. And comparing with the rest of the days, it was unique and it was almost full. So when we see the rest of the Bible, we are sure that even this Sabbath day, the seventh day, was blessed of the Lord, and man would have had such a wonderful time with God. God would have wonderful fellowship with him. So that was really wonderful. God had a heart for man. In the midst of all the rest of the creations, man had a special place, we see. So in the creation of the man, how did he create them? And the seventh, by Genesis 2nd chapter 7th verse, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Like his own child, he formed man from the dust and breathed into his nostrils his own breath, the breath of life. Almost it was his child. No doubt about it. In his own hand, took the dust and formed him and breathed. As though a small child in the hand of a mother, the man was in the hand of God. The man became a living soul. What a wonderful love God had for man. And in the 8th verse we see, and the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Yes, God created the beautiful garden, the Eden garden, and he put him there. So, in the midst of all creation, God has a special love for man. He wonderfully created, or rather we could set up the garden, Eden, and he put him there. And not only that, it was so special that God made the river to flow into Eden. And it was so wonderful. And in the 18th verse, we could see, and the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone, and I will make him an helpmeet for him. He just saw the need of the man. In spite of his love, he just could understand the need of a helpmeet for him. What a great concern with which God really dealt with man. He was interested in his welfare. He just saw the real need. So I could see the heart of God. And so what he did, a 9th verse, and out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the earth, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. So here God works out things and plans in such a way. He just brought every beast, every fowl, and he was really interested to see Adam, how he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. So, as a father delights the things the child does, as a father of Adam, he just delighted in the way in which he just saw the beast, fowl, everything, and how he was naming them all. It was such a great delight to him. But still, God could see that these things, these beasts and all, could never be a helpmeet to him. So he planned, and in such a way. And 20th verse, and Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the earth, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. Yes, God saw keenly Adam and the real need of Adam. 21st verse, and the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. In a loving way, God did this. Yes, from the rib taken from Adam, he just formed a woman and brought it to him to meet his need. And even 23rd verse, and Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Yes, he was so satisfied. What a joy would have been for God to see man was so satisfied with the woman, and that he would have really rejoiced in providing a helpmeet for him. As a father and a child, we could see a beautiful relationship. Yes, God wanted to see and to have relationship and to be happy in the progress of man and in the way in which he was happy in the Lord as well. And it was so beautiful. There was no sin. And 25th verse says, and they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. What a wonderful family it was. It was not only Adam and Eve, but God was one among the family. Or rather, we could see a triune formation: God, man, and woman. The triune God, man, and woman. What a wonderful family it was. So God was delighted in having fellowship with him and seeing him how he was thriving, how he was growing in the Lord. And that was the purpose which God created man, to have fellowship with him. His heart was full of love for him, concern for him. What a wonderful God he is. It's amazing, the heart of God, when we see. Really, it is so amazing. It is satisfying us, quenching the thirst. It's amazing, great. Is it not? This is wonderful. Yes. Amen.